I mean, there was a cartoon where he fries an entire field of Doomsday clones.
This ends now.
Why don't you just do that the first time?
I don't know. It's just, he can't, because then it's just over fast.
He should drink before he goes into battle. Let loose.
I don't know. Stop asking stupid questions.
It's a serious topic. We're going to start making money.
You become more interesting.
Oh, yeah. That's not the problem.
Use a coaster, please. All right, we're not animals.
I use a coaster, and I am an animal. Fuck you.
I am not an animal. No, that's wrong.
Roadhouse.
The Unchosen Ones.
All right, so obviously there's only one thing to talk about. I mean, it's just everywhere, and how can you avoid it? There's just no way. It's about the conviction, right? The conviction of Antony Starr thinking that Homelander can actually beat Superman.
It's just wrong.
It's just wrong on all levels.
There's no way.
Has to be stopped.
This is why we have laws in this country.
He can't really think that. You think he's just saying it because, hey,
he plays the guy.
That's his character.
He's got
to
that's your team. You got to support your team.
But Superman would make mincemeat of Homelander so quick.
His big thing was that Homelander has no restrictions.
That's
but if Superman
true,
had no restrictions...
But Superman has always fought people with no restrictions.
Well, we see what happens when he has to snap a neck.
Yeah, well, anytime Superman becomes evil, he's unbeatable, right? Mm. And anytime he's good, he has, everyone else can kick his ass. Mm. Yeah, because when he has no restrictions, he lets loose. He's always holding back, always.
Yeah, no one wants to see that.
The only people he doesn't hold back against is Doomsday and Darkseid.
Right.
Everyone else, he's afraid that he will kill someone.
Well, that's stupid. They gave him no weaknesses. Homelander. Right?
Well, none of them really have weaknesses. It's a drug. They don't have...
Still, though, there's no weakness to it. I mean...
Well, this upcoming
maybe
season...
There will be.
Looks like if you watched the other show, what was the other show called? Uh-oh.
The Men?
I think he wrote Peacekeeper. Peacekeeper?
Yeah.
Is that the right name?
Peacekeeper.
Just the writing.
The one who keeps multiplying and just keeps getting killed. Her name?
Multicate? No.
I don't know.
Is that it? Here we go again. So he's kind of like the, what do you call it? The ones of the Constitution.
Moses.
No.
The kids.
The kids are all right with superpowers.
Well, there's the song for the short. I don't know.
It wasn't the kids are all right with superpowers. No. The Voights.
The Voights.
That's a reality show with John Voight. No, Gen V.
Is that what it's called?
That's what it's called, Gen V. Yeah, Gen V. In Gen V, they had a virus that hurts them.
Yeah.
And that's going to be a big part of the new season.
What did the virus do? It just killed them straight up?
It targets people
It's not a weakness. That's just going to kill them.
Well, but that's... What do you mean? I
mean, like a weakness.
Did you
when
hear
you
what
fight
you just said? That's not a weakness. It's just something that's going to kill them. Yeah. You're fired.
But
you're fired.
Kryptonite can just weaken him. Doesn't kill him.
No, it kills him. What are you talking about?
Just a little bit.
Prolonged exposure to green kryptonite will kill Superman.
Yeah. But if you have like a weapon and you punch him with something kryptonite, it'll just hurt him.
Yeah. So, but if you stab them, as we all have seen. Well, that didn't kill him though, but he did get shivved, and he would have drowned if not for Cyclops coming to save him. Cyclops and Lois.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way.
No, first of all, Homelander can't even bring a plane down from the sky safely. Remember, he said that was a limitation. He has nothing to push off of.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't even have that capacity.
Yeah, Superman brought a plane down.
Superman always brings planes
into
down.
A stadium, a baseball stadium.
That's right. He's not even close to being as powerful. No way. The heat vision alone. Superman's heat vision is hotter than the sun. Superman's heat vision is actually, I believe, his heat vision is more powerful than the Omega beams at full capacity.
Really?
When he lets loose fully. When he completely lets loose, there's nothing more powerful than his heat vision. I mean, there was a cartoon where he fries an entire field of Doomsday clones.
This ends now.
Because he lets loose.
Really?
You never seen that?
No.
Dude, it was called, it was one of the best cartoons. It was the one where Supergirl, it was the adaptation from the Batman, Superman, the early issues of Superman, Batman, and where they reintroduced Supergirl, the real Supergirl.
Yeah.
Yeah, you never saw that? Oh, you got to watch that. It's on
Netflix?
HBO.
Oh, HBO.
Yeah. I think it was called...
Supergirl?
no. Well, she's in it.
Yeah.
That's where that cover comes from. Your favorite
Where
cover.
is it on? She looks like that in
That's where... Well, yeah, basically. That cartoon, the art style in that cartoon did kind of emulate Michael Turner a little bit in that. So the way he drew those episodes, the way he drew those issues, and it was called Superman Batman Apocalypse, animated film.
Oh yeah,
You
I
never
think I saw that.
Yeah, it's great.
I don't remember. I might have seen that.
It's like my go-to for just pure Superman. That's like my favorite cartoon. Yeah, he mowed down an entire field of Doomsday clones just with his heat ray vision.
Why don't you just do that the first time?
I don't know. It's just, he can't, because then it's just over fast. That's like every hero where he uses the ultimate weapon or his ultimate move. It's like, why don't you start with that? Why? Because then the movie's over. You got to remember, still a movie.
Well, write it better.
But if you have that in there, if you have some kind of ultimate weapon or ultimate move or power, it doesn't matter. You can't write it better. It's just that's there, and they eventually use it.
Why didn't you use it the first time against Doomsday? Instead of getting killed. Wasn't that the time to use it?
He uses heat ray vision on Doomsday in that one, but he didn't. I don't know. He didn't let loose enough. He was tight. He was uptight during that battle.
He should drink before he goes into battle. Let loose.
I don't know. Stop asking stupid questions.
It's a serious topic.
Yeah, Homelander would. He would do all kinds of dirty tricks. He might, kidnap Lois. He'll do all the stereotypical things that the villains do to get to him. They'll target his family, target his friends, things like that. But that's not something alien to bad guys attacking Superman.
Yeah.
They go after family. They go after Lois. They try to get to him through other people.
They're not even in the same universe. This couldn't happen. It's ridiculous.
You think it's silly?
Yeah.
You think the whole thing's silly?
They're not in the same universe. That's the one thing that makes this impossible.
Otherwise,
You can't just change universes. So stupid. Guy's a baby.
Now, what if you throw Omni-Man into the mix? Here's how you definitely know Superman
Omni-Man's
beats...
an alien.
Yes, but here's how you definitely know Superman beats Homelander, because Omni-Man's beating Homelander.
How do you know that?
He's way stronger than Homelander.
Homelander's still a human being.
Right.
So he can't be as powerful as an alien.
Well, depends on what the
It's just a virus. It's not like, it changes cells.
Look, Wanda Maximoff is a human, but she's a mutant. So humans can be very powerful. Depends on what's going on inside them. These the boys' heroes are basically artificial mutants. They take a serum. They're kind of like Steve Rogers in a way. They take a serum and they get powers. Yeah. So they could be very, very powerful. I just don't think they're Viltrumite powerful.
What if you throw the Hulk in there? Now what are we doing?
Well, the Hulk is definitely beating Homelander and Omni-Man.
Really?
Yes. And Superman and him fight to a standstill.
Well.
Yeah. Answered that question, didn't I?
Now I feel stupid.
He is, what an actor though, right?
Yeah.
How great is he?
Has he been in anything else?
Yeah, he was in Banshees. That was a pretty popular show. I didn't really watch it, but he was in that, and people know him from that.
How old is he? I'm going to say...
Oh, yeah, okay. What do you want? Price is Right rules?
Always. I want to say late 30s. 35.
35?
35.
All right. I say...
Don't you 36 it?
$1. 35. I say 37. 37. All right.
Please don't
Survey
have just the
says
years. Oh, she's going to put the years up there.
October 25th, 1975. Okay, that's not so
25
bad.
and 24.
Yeah, because-
He's 59? Wow. He looks good.
That's supposed to be easy. It's just 2 quarters minus 1. That's 49.
That's older than that's way older than I thought he looks. He looks good for 49.
Oh, yeah. Wait, what did we say? I said 30. You said what? I forgot what you said. I forgot what I said.
Let's cut to a clip. You can do an instant replay. Get a teleprompter.
We said something way younger.
I said 49.
No, you said 35.
No. I said I thought he was 35.
Yeah.
What are we
that was
talking
your
about?
What was the guess?
Oh, the guess.
The guess was 35.
The guess is 35. He's
yeah,
40,
and I said 37.
And he's 107.
He's way older than we thought he was. Not
Right, that's what
younger.
I'm saying.
Yeah, he's
He
49.
looks really good for his age.
He does. He looks good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't think he was that old. I didn't think he was late 40s. I
He's
thought
from
he was
New
late.
Zealand.
I thought he was late 30s.
He's a New Zealander.
He's you ever see him in like just like little videos on TikTok
he's
and stuff?
crazy.
He's very intimidating.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
He's like
super
very-
intimidating.
he's very
I don't know if
dry.
he's doing it like, in character or just trying to be funny.
He's always in
Or if
character.
that's how he is. Yeah. But he's a little unnerving. You
I
know?
think, well, he's like kind of like a Harrison Ford.
Right.
in that way.
Yeah. Where when he does an interview, there's always tension.
You always think he's angry.
Like, I'm like feeling like I'm rooting for the interviewer. Like, don't say something stupid. Don't say something stupid.
Do you see
Every time
when-
I watch a Harrison Ford interview like that, I'm just like really anxious for the interviewer.
He's good with Conan. He's
He's
really
actually,
good with
Conan.
Conan.
Is the
'Cause Conan
best
gets everything.
Harrison Ford interviewer. Yeah, he's great at that. He knows exactly what buttons to push.
Yeah. Did you see when he was on the press tour with Ken from what's his name?
Oh,
From
Ryan
Barbie.
Gosling.
Yeah, like Ryan Gosling could not keep it
Yeah, he
together the
couldn't
whole
keep it
time
together,
he was
right.
with him.
Yeah.
Every interview.
Yeah.
Any
It was good.
answer, he just started cracking up.
You ever hear that old story that Ryan Gosling tells about Harrison Ford on the set of
Blade Runner?
Blade Runner? Yeah, Blade Runner
29.
2052 or whatever it is, the sequel.
Yeah.
He said they were doing a fight scene, and he Harrison Ford accidentally punched him for real in one of the fight scenes, and right after he gets punched, he sees Harrison Ford. He runs to go get ice. He's like, "Oh, he's gonna go get me." Somebody runs and gets ice, and he puts it on his hand. Guess who's back?
So great.
Back again. I mean, what an amazing video.
I don't think he gets enough credit for the art side of what he does.
This video is really,
This might be
really
his best
well.
video.
This is an incredible video. The effects are really well done. I
color.
love the comic book style to the whole thing. Just playing off of the original. Right. And the cool Doctor Strange portal. He comes back from what was it, 2002? Him.
Like 1999 was when
Something like
that was the
that,
first album.
I think it was 2002 though. It's in the video. They showed like the date there.
Oh, did it? Oh,
yeah,
I didn't see that.
did. And he's battling himself, and it's just such a great example of an artist adapting to the times,
Right? Yeah.
Because that's what he's always done.
Sure.
He takes what the ammunition you have on him, flips it on its head, and then uses it against
He
you.
went a little bit over the line.
Right.
Which is what he does.
Right.
But not to where
Right.
it's, it's
he
perfect.
knows where the line is, and he walks that tightrope. Now in his career, he understands it, and it was so great how he brought his old self back, and he's like, what would I say about how today, and he'd say probably everything's gay,
Right. People are taking that line. They're going, "Oh, see, he thinks everything's gay today."
I mean, people have
No,
no
they don't understand.
semblance
They
of
just pick out-
satire anymore?
They pick out what they like.
It's just people are really. It's just disheartening. I just feel I get really upset. Like no one understands humor anymore. No one understands how to take humor.
They just get
they don't
buzzwords.
understand. They don't understand between humor and hate. They can't even draw that line anymore. They think hate is humor.
Yeah, they don't even know what like raunchy is anymore. It's not the same. Like, it's just doing it for the sake of doing it is not funny.
Right. If it's gratuitous,
It's gotta be-
It doesn't
it's gotta
make sense.
fit.
It's got to be clever.
Yeah.
It's got to have some kind of
And
clever
not
aspect.
constant, because it's not funny if it's all you hear.
Right. But this video is just a really incredible job that he did with this.
Yeah, it felt
And-
just like you went
and
right back.
It reminded me of the final battle in 8 Mile, where he ends Falcon's rap career and he sends him to the Avengers.
Captain America now.
Right, Captain America now. So he did the exact same thing. He took all his material, flipped it on its head, and then used it against him. And that's what he's doing here against his old self, which is so great. Such a what an ingenious take.
And then at
for
the
him.
end, they come together. Like he's a new
Right, and then he
version
makes
of
a
himself.
new version of himself. And I really, really enjoy how Pete Davidson comes off as even more unhinged. Just him showing up, like in Eminem's face, I was like, "Oh, this guy!" It's like if anyone could make Eminem nervous, it's Pete Davidson driving a car.
Like if you don't want to drive with Eminem, but you do not want to drive with Pete Davidson.
I'm definitely letting Eminem watch my kids over Pete Davidson.
It's funny because he's such good friends with MGK.
Right.
I wonder if that's an FU to MGK. Like, look,
well,
I got your friend in my video.
I think they're still friends, though, right?
Pete
Davidson.
Yeah, they're still
like best friends.
That's
right?
what I'm saying.
Maybe they made up Eminem and MGK. I mean, MGK went
I think he's the type to make up.
Well, he started being he's a rock star now, right? He doesn't do rap anymore.
No, he got so badly. He ended his career.
He ended his rap career.
Yeah.
That it wasn't, to be completely honest, and we're the biggest Eminem fans, ever. But that, as far as rap battles go, that he's had back and forth,
He did the best.
That was
fine.
It wasn't terrible.
No,
wasn't bad.
I mean,
it's definitely better than Benzino.
Yeah, I mean, it's first place. I mean,
first place of losers.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. I mean, like you did the best of
You're
all the
the
losers.
best loser. Yeah, but he did lose, right? But it was still not bad.
No,
yeah,
I mean,
like it had a good beat. It was
fine.
It was fine.
Bad.
Right.
It was a good try.
Put up a good fight. Yeah, but he did lose. But yeah, then he went and then he stopped. He pretty much stopped rapping after that, right? Did he? Did he do any more?
No, he's a
albums?
rock star.
He was a rock star, right? Which he's good at that too.
He's doing fine.
Yeah, he's doing
Megan Fox, married to Megan Fox.
Yeah, I don't feel sorry for him. I think he's
He'll be
doing
all right.
okay.
Yeah.
He'll be all right.
Just stay out of rap.
But excellent video, great. Another cameo was Shane Gillis was in there. He got in there. Good for Shane Gillis getting in that in the
he really
video.
keeps this stuff on the wraps too. There's never a leak or anything.
Right.
They're really tight on that.
Yeah, excellent video. And the song that's an instant hit.
Yeah, that's
what a
old
great
school.
beat.
It sounded just like the old
stuff. It sounded old
stuff.
school, just like he kind of like warped the original beat.
Yeah, well, it's the ABBA.
Right, then there was also a sample in there, right, of Abracadabra, right.
Which
Abracadabra, and then the underlying beat was kind of Without Me, just tuned a little different. Yeah. But it was just, this is going to be a hit. Easy. Hit song.
Yeah, it should be. I don't know if the new kids today like him or what they think. They're already complaining.
I mean,
a lot.
his songs are never played on the radio, but this is definitely a hit.
No.
If this was, TRL Live, this one would be played every day and it would be number one.
He hasn't made a song like this in a long time now. Like a
commercial hit, right?
Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
It's been a long time.
I instantly, like when I heard it, instant commercial, this is a commercial hit.
Yeah, I think Guess Who's Back was the last commercial hit like that.
No, get out of here. What are you talking about? The one where I'm Not Afraid. I'm Not Afraid was a commercial hit.
I mean, like
Big
that
time.
kind of, but that was for
Godzilla was a commercial hit. Venom. Yeah. What about Venom? Venom was a commercial
attached to movies.
You don't know shit. You're the worst Eminem fan.
That's not
ever.
what I mean, though.
Go
Please,
ahead.
you're not an Eminem fan. You're looking because I like him.
I know more hip hop than you. I know way more.
I'm going to comment on
more
this.
of the hippity hop than anyone.
You said that.
I like Eminem.
Yeah.
I have a vast catalog of CDs and leather-bound books of hip hop.
The hip hop.
The hip hop. I have like all of MC Hammer's CDs. I have Snow, the single on cassette.
You threw out all your Diddy CDs, didn't you?
Oh, I had his stuff.
I still have his stuff.
Yeah, I have his stuff. Yeah, that's weird now. There's like a cooling off period. Like I didn't listen to Michael Jackson for a while after that documentary. Now I kind of listen. He's like, how long do I keep him in jail?
I'm losing more than half my Spotify now. I got nothing else to listen to.
If you roll doubles, you get out of jail. Isn't that the rule? Like people, Michael Jackson songs are all over social media now. People dancing to it.
How talented are you?
Your forgivability is based on your talent.
Apparently, Michael Jackson's very talented.
I don't know. Maybe I don't know how talented is P. Diddy. Does his stuff come back?
No.
Yeah, it's not good enough.
No one really ever. I mean,
it's not good enough to come back, right?
It was successful.
There was a few songs. There were a few,
but no one respects him like.
Yeah. Well, they didn't respect him when he was big.
Right. Well, they still don't.
They didn't respect his rap when he was big.
Yeah. He was He's more influential probably than he was, talented.
What else do I have? I have
Vanilla Ice.
I have that. I have it on cassette.
Do you really?
I have it on cassette. Yeah.
Think it's worth anything?
No. If you had it sealed,
yeah,
then maybe, yeah, but not used. If you had it sealed, I bet you cassettes will probably be
at some point. Like
I think
records.
cassettes are already starting. You can grade them. Everything is about grading now. Grade everything.
Would you send that into CGC?
You send that to CGBMG Columbia House.
Do you have anything I could play cassettes?
I have an old boombox. Yeah, I do.
The one with the black and red?
The Toshiba one. The one that used to get TV stations.
Oh, yeah.
Remember? It used to get TV. That was like the first. That was like a groundbreaking thing.
It came in handy during
it. Could get TV stations.
Hurricanes and
stuff.
Yeah,
it was. Actually, we did use it during storms and things like that. Yeah, it came in handy because you can hear the TV stations on the radio. Yeah, it's old Toshiba. I still have that. Still works. And I have an old Walkman too. An old Sony Walkman. Yeah, I have an old Sony Walkman that still works
headphones?
Too. Well, you get any headphones.
Yeah.
What people don't have anymore is the cassette players in the car.
Well, there's no CD player in the car anymore.
I used to have cassette player in
and there was a CD
in my old
too.
car. Yeah, and CD too. No one has either of those anymore, right?
I just noticed that. Like on my last car, I was like, "There's no CD player in here."
I wonder if people would become like cassette files, like they were vinyl, and be like, "Oh, I love the sound of it," I like the shitty sound of the cassette.
Someone's gonna. I like cassette sound better than digital.
Well, that's what they do with vinyl. Is like I just liked how these sound. You like all the little specks and pops to it.
Yeah, like you're in the studio.
Yeah, I don't know. It's that's what people like about the vinyl. They like the imperfections of it. I mean, will they find the imperfections of cassettes?
What's the imperfection? Just
I don't know.
Shitty sound?
I don't know. Someone has to come out and label that. I guess I don't know what that is. A tinny sound. I love that tinny sound of cassettes. Pretentious. And in sports news, I don't think there's going to be a lot of outrage about this.
No, what could go wrong? You're taking white people and you're shoving them down a list and putting black people at the top.
That always goes smoothly.
What? I mean, who would have a problem with that? That's not abrasive.
To say that this isn't a long time coming, to say that the Negro League stats don't belong in the official MLB record book.
You know what?
I mean,
maybe the MLB stats don't belong with the Negro stats.
Right? Maybe it's the opposite. Yeah. I would love to hear
it's already on there. Oh, not a real one.
A real argument against it. Like, what's the real argument?
Someone said, well, they didn't play against MLB talent.
Oh, my God. I mean, how can you justify that? Are you saying that all the white players were more talented than all the black players?
Especially back then, because there was no working out.
I mean, even if you don't want to use the stereotype of black people are better athletes, even if you throw that away, how could you say that just because you had all the white players, that those were all better players than the black players?
You can't.
Just on its face value. No. You can't. Right. And then you had all sorts of amazing all-stars in the Negro Leagues. Yeah. I mean, Josh Gibson is now the greatest player because his stats were always better than Babe Ruth's in a lot of categories. Not every category, but in a few. So he automatically becomes...
Well, you don't know what the stat happens to the stats when they're all playing against each other either. Some guys could have had much worse careers.
So you just have to put them together.
Maybe Babe Ruth couldn't hit Satchel Paige.
Right, exactly. So you don't know how all the white
players
less
home runs
would have done in the Negro Leagues. You have no idea. So to discount them is just...
I mean, if I had to put money on a league.
All right. That's how you
What's the over the
that's
plus
how you
minus?
Get the truth out of people. All right.
Yeah.
Make a bet.
Yeah.
You got to make a bet. Put down your money. Yeah. Who you betting on?
The white league?
So now Josh Gibson's 466 average is the highest mark for the 1943 season.
And he beat out... Who did he beat? Who did he move down?
Babe Ruth.
Oh, he moved Babe Ruth
down.
Babe
Ruth goes down a notch in a few categories now. Barry Bonds still holds the lead in on-base percentage. Gibson right behind him. Slugging percentage is now better than Bonds. Four of them now eclipse Bonds' 863 mark. Top spot is now Gibson, then followed by Farmer Mule Settles.
Farmer Mule.
Then Gibson and Smith. It seems like they did make exceptions though, because Gibson hit 800 home runs in his career for the career home run mark. It seems like they drew some lines though. And that was a good reason. That's a good example of you can't just use a shotgun to paint.
Yeah.
What am I trying to say?
Why would you use a shotgun to paint?
I combined the broad brush analogy with the shotgun and scalpel analogy.
Why wouldn't you use a shotgun in surgery?
That's it. I think we could start that one.
Shotgun surgery.
Because a lot of his home runs came in barnstorming exhibitions that weren't part of the official Negro League season. So they don't include that, which I think that's very reasonable.
Was that, like all-star stuff?
Just exhibitions, yeah. Because I mean,
however
they had to make money however they could, I guess, and put on exhibitions. But I mean, that's a long time coming.
Well, here comes.
They should have done. No, I really think with sports, like people can see through to the logic of it.
You don't think they're going to be faster? Like, well, why are we blaming the white players today? They didn't do anything, and
not blaming them.
Why are they being punished?
You're righting a wrong.
Why are they being punished for something they didn't do? That's what there's going to be.
No punishing anybody. It's righting a wrong.
Moving them down, but they didn't do it.
What do you mean they didn't do it?
I don't think this. I'm just telling you that.
I'm getting mad at you. I don't like you.
I know. I mean, I could read the script because they say the same thing every time.
Right. Well, we'll see. We'll see what people say about that. All right. So I don't have any books to show this week. However, I do want to talk about this book. Huh?
Can't you just end it on I don't have any books to show this week?
In the great hall of the Justice League, there are assembled the world's 4 greatest heroes.
No, I want to show how badass is this? This is
pretty
just
cool.
An incredibly cool cover. And it's Ivan Tao. I think I'm saying that right. He's one of my favorite artists. He just always hits it out of the park with his covers. Very unique style. Always a lot of drippiness, blood dripping. He's very good at that. This is such an amazing. This is a Trinity Comics exclusive, and I haven't bought it yet. I think I've been trying to not buy new stuff because every dollar I spend on new stuff is a dollar away from old books that I want to buy that are on my list. That are on my bucket list.
So buy the old stuff already. So you can buy new stuff.
I got to save up for them. They're very expensive. So, but then when I spend money on new stuff, it takes me longer to get the old the old Silver Age, Bronze Age keys that I want.
Mm-hmm.
But this one I might have to make an exception for because it's so cool. The only thing that I'm not sure of, and I'm not accusing anybody of anything, okay? But I never know when it says limited to, this one says limited to 2,500 copies, right? And that's fine. That makes me want it more because it's limited. But without numbering these things, they really should start putting numbers on these limited editions, on these store exclusive variants. Because without that, you don't ever really know whether they really stopped at 2,500 or hey, it's selling so good, let's print a couple hundred more. No one will ever know.
Is that a new thing where they don't put the numbers on them?
Well, they never did with comics, really.
Really?
I think there was a few exceptions. Maybe inside a polybag, there might have been a certificate with a number. I know the Platinum Superman, the Death of Superman Platinum, that was a one per store. Those had numbers on them. I think there were 10,000 of those that had a number on the back of the bag.
Yeah.
There were some exceptions, but there are so many variants and so many exclusives now. I just think if you could set yourself apart if you put numbers, on the actual cover or on the back or on the barcode somewhere on there, and it would make you feel better about it, knowing like, okay, this is really one of however many.
Yeah,
I don't think it would be that difficult to do to add it to the barcode.
Yeah, if you're gonna, only make a certain amount, number them.
Right.
Why
no,
not?
definitely. Yeah. So I actually asked Trinity Comics and I didn't get a response. That doesn't mean they're hiding anything. Maybe busy, whatever. But I messaged them on IG and I said, now it says 2,500 limited, and Comic Tom is putting one of these in each one of his mystery boxes, which if you subscribe to, you get a mystery box, and that's one of them. And I've been staving off doing it for a long time because he does have some pretty cool exclusives and boxes. And I've been putting it off ever doing it because then it's another monthly bill. But so I asked Trinity Comics if it's 2,500 limited and all of the mystery boxes that Comic Tom is putting these in, does that include his copies, or is it 2,500 limited plus the ones he has? I just wanted, it was an honest question, not accusing anybody of anything.
You gotta knock at the door.
Totally honest. Instant knock at the door. Comic police show up.
Shut your mouth.
I just wanted to know, because he's very popular and he probably has a very big subscription list. So I want to know, how many hundreds does he have? And does that knock off the 2,500 allotted? No answer. I got no answer. So I'm probably still going to buy it.
You think that they'll have this on 60 Minutes? This whole thing?
I tell you what, I'd watch 60 Minutes if it was on it.
Losers. They tape a story. You think it's about you're finding the comics. It's just about how big of a loser you are.
They never even go into the story. So this is your Friday night.
Then you go into a whole detective thing. It's a murder mystery. Maybe they could get the guy who does the what's his name?
Oh, what was his name? Stackman, the guy that used to do Unsolved Mysteries.
I think he's dead.
I think he died.
Yeah, he was very old.
He was excellent. He was in Airplane and Caddyshack 2.
Yeah. Oh, you know what it is? You're close.
I'm close,
you
right?
are. Because I remember he did that bit. I think it was on Naked Gun. Wasn't he on Naked Gun?
Was he in Naked Gun?
Where he kept doing
there's an 80s movie. I know, he was in Basketball.
Joe Cooper left his house 2 weeks ago. According to Angelique Bones, a nosy bitch who lives up the street, he took with him only a toothbrush, a wallet, a steamer trunk, and a plane ticket to Calcutta.
It's Robert Stack.
Oh, right, Robert Stack. Yeah, 2003.
Yeah, 84. Yeah,
That's
not bad.
Run.
84, not a bad age.
It's fine. It's enough.
Would you take 84? Someone said you get 84. Would you take that right now?
Oh, I could wait for something sooner. I might hold out.
Sounds high, Bill. I'm going to hold. I'm going to go with what's behind door number 4.
84. Oh.
I think I would take. No, you know what?
84.
84.
I think they say I don't know. I think it was 70 when I want
to break 90.
They say 70s when things start getting bad.
70. No, I'd be very upset. 70. That's not enough.
I don't. You think you?
No. Oh. Of course.
Oh yeah.
Of course.
Of course.
So in conclusion, I'm probably going to buy the comic.
The Umbrella Academy is getting season 4.
Well, yeah, we already knew they would have season 4.
They just announced there was a.
What did they announce? What an intro! What an intro!
There was a thing for
Were
it.
you not at the meeting?
We have meetings.
You were not at the pre-production meeting. I don't think I was either. No, they have three new actors. They Nick Offerman, Megan Mullally, and David Cross. All very perfectly fit that show. The Umbrella Academy. Perfect fits for that show.
And David Cross, I don't know what he would play.
I bet
you Offerman and Mullally are together. They're always
maybe they're one of those. Remember the
duo or something.
The team, the agents, the time agents.
Oh yeah, maybe.
Maybe they're like that.
Mm.
I love Offerman. Offerman's great.
They're not in the preview.
No,
not that I saw. Maybe they're in makeup.
And Cross is always excellent. But those are 3. I can't wait for this season. Last season, this is it. And I think it's appropriate that it's enough.
I don't know if I remember how it ended.
They ended with the apocalypse. Well, that's every episode. That's every season. This apocalypse was, remember, everything was breaking down around them and it was just a hotel.
And they got out?
They were stuck in that hotel.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they got transported to an alternate reality.
Oh, right.
Right, remember? Everything changed. I have to go back and watch last season again because it's been a while. It takes so long in between these seasons. You forget, like, the entire show.
When was that out, that last season?
It was a couple of years ago.
A couple of years.
Yeah. These things take a long time, especially with COVID.
One of them
COVID upset like the whole rhythm.
It was out so long. One of them is now a guy. He used to be a girl.
They transitioned in the last season.
Yeah.
But I'm looking forward to it. It should be a good send off. One of the craziest superhero shows.
Who's the guy?
I never bought any of the comics.
Do you know who's writing that
based
show?
on? No, I don't know the name of the writer.
Robert Stack.
Creators are Steve Blackman and Jerry Slater. Oh, Fargo, Legion, Altered Carbon.
Just television.
Sorry, they don't meet your...
I mean, it's fine. It's okay. It's fine.
What else have you heard in movie news?
It looks like Seth Rogen's going to do a R-rated Venom. I think it's like a cartoon.
That confirmed or it's like a rumor?
I think it's confirmed. It's rumored to be confirmed.
I heard a rumor of a confirmation.
Well, which is it?
I mean, if he makes a Venom cartoon, that's anything like... I mean,
producing it. Yeah.
He produces
The Boys.
Invincible and The Boys too. Yeah. So if he's going to do something like Invincible...
It's not going to be...
I mean...
And this is R-rated.
I would... who's not going to watch that? Everyone's going to watch that. That'll be
He's
great.
done a good job so far.
Yeah. He does a lot of behind the scenes stuff they don't even know about. Seth Rogen. He's kind of becoming like a Ryan Reynolds, but on the a silent Ryan Reynolds. Yeah. He's doing like all this.
He has a writing partner who he does everything.
Yeah, right. He does. He has a writing partner. But if they do a Venom, I just hope that I don't know if it's going to be like an independent thing, like the Venom movies, where it's independent of Spider-Man, or is it going to be in the Spider-Man universe where all that stuff that happened with Spider-Man in the black costume was in the past, and now he's a product of that story.
Well, I think it's just a separate project, though.
But it's not going to have Spider-Man in it. Like that won't have happened in his history. That won't have happened in his history. His battles. With
I don't
Spider-Man.
know what he's going to use. Maybe he'll just use the comic book version.
Well, you don't know much now, do you?
I said it's only a rumor of a confirmation of a thing I heard.
Sounds solid.
Something I overheard incorrectly.
There's a rumor about a confirmation in a Three's Company episode that I think I might have overheard. I saw this Neil deGrasse Tyson clip, and it was just one of those things that you don't really think about too much, but when you hear it, it just completely makes your brain melt out of your ears.
If time zones were divided evenly, which they're not, because they're divided politically, culturally, they'd be 15 degrees wide. If you do the math, 15 degrees times 24 time zones gets you 360 degrees. Now, you may have noticed, if you look at a globe, that the lines of longitude that separate out, as you get near the poles, they come closer together. So you don't have to travel as far to go from one time zone to the next, because they get narrower and narrower. As you get near the North Pole, all lines converge to one point. So the question is, what time is it on the North Pole?
No time or all time, right?
That's as good an answer as any.
That's true, right? I mean, all of the lines. I mean, the time. It's all bullshit anyway because we make it up.
But I mean, aging is time separate from aging?
Time is just a metric that we invented so we could track everything. So we
but everything still ages.
So we could all get to the airport at the same time.
But everything still ages at the same rate.
It doesn't matter if you create. Yes, of course.
So what does it matter what time it is?
Yeah, it does. That's just something we invented. The calendar is something we invented.
But in some spots,
before the calendar invented, things still aged.
Then how do you age quicker?
Are you serious with this? God, you're dumb.
What's so great about it if you think it's...
It's just because you don't think of it in those kind of terms because no one lives at the poles. So there's no reason to have a time zone in those areas. But when you think about it, the way he's putting it with the lines, how they converge, you'd have either no sense of time or all sense of time. Like you become Dr. Manhattan when you hit the North Pole. Maybe that's why Santa lives there. Huh? Think about it.
Okay. That's some bad news for you.
What are you talking about?
He died. Santa died.
That's why he picked that spot. Obviously.
Yeah.
Just one of those mind-bending things. But yeah, I mean, it's just a social construct that we invented so that we could track stuff. It really has no bearing. So if people did start living at the poles, you would have to create a new time zone for them. And
Well, they're just sun up, sun down. I mean, maybe not in the pole.
Pole zone. I think that might be a porn. I think that might be a porn site.
Pole. Well, it should be if it's not.
Oh, see if that's registered. Look that up.
18 pole zones registered. Just all spelled differently.
Polezone.info. Taken. Damn it. Polezone.biz. All taken. Speaking of time, I think that's quite enough. I think that's quite enough.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, fine.
Don't threaten me with a good time. All right.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. Please. Please.
Don't beg. We could just buy the followers.
We haven't tried begging.
It's true.
Please, pretty please, with sugar and cinnamon.
Just fucking do it.
Go the opposite way. Just become belligerent. Hey, fucks.
Tired of,
Subscribe yet? Tired of shit.
tired of waiting around.
Get your shit together. Subscribe. Be a man.
Or a woman. You got to sign off yet?
Haven't even thought about it. It's like the North Pole. There's no sign off here.
They don't exist.
It doesn't exist.
And
in
they
this
all
space.
exist.
Sign off does not exist in this dojo.